We apologized for the delay caused. This is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Jules Denjai. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. The report by the Presidential Task Force investigating the cause of AKI deaths of 70 children in the Gambia has established the cause of their deaths and made several recommendations. Now, the Gambia Armed Forces marked 1st Infantry Battalion Day on Thursday at Yundum Barracks in the West Coast region. We visited the community of Madina Fonkoy in Jara West in the Lower River region to see how they are coping with the poor road conditions in their area. In international news, as extreme heat waves swept the globe, posing a severe threat to human lives and the environment, we looked at how African countries are feeling the impact with temperatures soaring above 40 degrees Celsius in many regions. In sports news, stakeholders in Farafenni in the North Bank region have elected an 8-man football committee at a congress held at Farafenni on Saturday. Those were your headlines, and now the news in detail. If you are just tuning in, this is QTV News with me, Jules Denjai. And now the report by the Presidential Task Force investigating the cause of AKI deaths of 70 children in the Gambia has established that the tragedy was caused by 4 contaminated Indian cough syrups and cold syrups. QTV's Momodou Lamin Choi has been reading the latest report, and this is his latest.
The cause of the mysterious and shocking death of at least 70 children has now been confirmed. The Presidential Task Force established to investigate the AKI outbreak has published its report with significant findings. Dr. Ahmadou Lamin Samate is the Gambia's health minister.
First, the task force confirmed that the deaths can be conclusively linked to the 4 cough syrups imported by Atlantic Pharmaceuticals from Maiden Pharmaceuticals in India. The task force also investigated how these syrups were imported from India and distributed in the country. They learned that the affected medicines were not registered with the Medicines Control Agency, even though the regulation requires all medicines to be registered before importation.
For its investigation, the Presidential Task Force interviewed and consulted all key actors in the health sector, including the Ministry of Health, the Medicines Control Agency, health professionals, AKI victims' families, and the importer of the contaminated syrups suspected as being the cause.
Recommendation number 6, the government of the Gambia to permanently revoke the importation license issued to Atlantic Pharmacy Company Limited and their directors. The response is the license of Atlantic Pharmacy Company Limited has been permanently revoked.
Doubts about the cause of death of the children have been cleared because all other previous investigations and assessment by the National Assembly, the US CDC and the WHO reached same conclusion. The 4 medications identified and linked to the death of the children are Markov baby cough syrup, Magrib and cold syrup, Cofexmalin baby cough syrup, and promethazine oral solution. They are reported to have contained high levels of chemical substances that are harmful for human consumption. The Medicines Control Agency granted clearance permits for the distribution of these medicines without registering them. The task force identifies this as MCA's failure to execute its legal responsibility.
Number 8, recommendation 8, the government of the Gambia should with immediate effect dismiss the executive director and deputy executive director and consider prosecuting them in line with the relevant laws for their abdication of their official duties. The response to that recommendation, considering the foregoing, for the purpose of strengthening the MCA and restoration of public confidence in the institution, the executive director of MCA has been dismissed with immediate effect, and also the contracts of the deputy executive director is terminated with immediate effect. The report will also be forthwith transmitted to the Gambia Police for further action.
The Gambia government, through the Minister of Health, has expressed a commitment to take actions to exhaust all means of addressing the AKI death of the children, including remedial measures.
The government is far advanced in exploring avenues for potential legal action against Atlantic Pharmaceuticals and Maiden Pharmaceuticals, as well as potential redress through engagement with the government of India. The government of the Gambia is currently benefiting from legal advice from a top-tier legal law firm that will support us in carrying out this.
The Medicines Control Agency is responsible for regulating the quality and safety of medicines and related products in the Gambia. They are mandated to register and issue clearance permits for the distribution of imported medicines products in the country. However, the task force uncovered a conflict of interest involving 11 officials of the Medicines Control Agency. They were both working as staff of the MCA and serving as supervising pharmacists for private pharmaceutical companies, which they are meant to regulate. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Now, the Gambia Armed Forces on Thursday marked the first Infantry Battalion Day at the Yundum Military Barracks to promote military culture and tradition and to foster mutual trust and friendship through drills and military sports. QTV's Mahmoud Lamin Choi covered the event, and this is his report.
At Yundum Barracks of the 1 Infantry Battalion of the Gambia Armed Forces, these military personnel are taking part in an event designed to unite and promote mutual friendship in the military. Senior military ranks of the Gambia Armed Forces and sister forces watch and enjoy the highlights of the event. Lieutenant Colonel Abdullah Mbo is the commanding officer of 1 Infantry Battalion at Yundum Barracks.
The special guest of honor, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to commend officers, men and women of my battalion and their families. Over the period, we have not had any adverse disciplinary issues reported against any of them. They have been very good team players with resilience, professionalism in the execution of their duties. Although one of the main reasons for our celebration, this celebration is the achievement registered by our indefatigable drill platoon.
Showcasing and promoting military culture punctuates the occasion. Drills are organized for competition among the soldiers. Drills involve training in marching and the use of weapons offensively or defensively. Here are highly trained members of the Gambia Armed Forces displaying some military tactics in response to an enemy attack. Blank ammunitions are used in the firing exercise. Regular training through military drills and sports is crucial for fitness and combat preparedness of any military. During state ceremonies, such drills mark our national celebrations like Independence Day. The public are entertained as they watch their army executing spectacular military drills. Brigadier General Usman Gomez is the commander of the Gambia National Army. He is impressed and moved by the drills he has witnessed at this event.
The commanding officer, thank you very much. You did a great job. And I thank each and everyone for participating. As I said, there is no winner or loser in the competition. As long as you compete, you've achieved something. And that is what it takes here. Even though those who came at the bottom were able to get a present or a certificate to go home with.
The Gambia Armed Forces is mandated to defend and preserve the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Gambia. The military also aids civil authorities during emergencies and national disasters. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Now, over the years, rural road networks have been a major concern for many villages in the Gambia. Our regional correspondent, Bakari Balde, visited the community of Madina Fonkoy in Jara West in the Lower River region, who are seeking support to address the poor road conditions in their area.
Madina Fonkoy is approximately 6 kilometers from the main highway, and many of the inhabitants are farmers. According to many we spoke to, the village and its surrounding villages have been enduring poor roads over the years, which become especially difficult during the rainy season. The community has taken the initiative to fix things for themselves. Musa Jao, the village alcalo, and Sambaba, the village development committee's chairman, said they have been mobilizing the surrounding villages using donkey and horse carts to rehabilitate the road, as it is the main one leading to Soma. However, this has not proved to be the solution.
The
school children use this road. The villagers and the neighboring villagers also use this road. But during the rainy season, mobility becomes a challenge. We don't have any choice but to use the road like that. That is our biggest challenge.
The
condition of the road is terrible, and I can attest to that. Every year, I go to the area council to plead with them to give us a tractor, and I will mobilize all the surrounding villages to use donkey carts and bring stones to cover the place.
Ensa Job from Sinchue and Bidan Yado from Madina Fonkoy outlined that students and women stop going to Soma for schooling or shopping because of the poor road conditions made worse by the rain.
During the rainy season, one cannot go for shopping in Jara Soma unless you send the children to do it for you. Going to Jara Soma is our biggest challenge, and that is the place where we do most of our transactions. During the rainy season, we don't have an alternative road except this one, and it is in a very bad state. It is filled with water.
Mariam Njado and Abdullah Ba, both students, and Fatmata Ja, a teacher from Fonkoy Lower Basic School, gave us their views on the matter.
We don't have good road in our village. When we are coming to school, we used to enter inside the water.
We want the government to help us with a road, and even electricity we don't have our home. Yeah, this road, you're supposed to have a bridge.
Especially the students that are going to the school. It will really help them. As we can see, education have contributed a lot into our country. So we have to make sure that we have a good road so that the students will be able to go to school.
Although the roads are the main concern, the only main water well also has not been used for over 6 months due to damage, and the village cannot afford the cost of its maintenance. In this regard, the community is calling on government and relevant stakeholders to come to their aid. Bakari Balde, QTV News.
The report by Bakari Balde will take us to some international news stories. Now, in the scorching summer of 2023, extreme heat waves have swept the globe, shattering temperature records across Europe and North America, and posing a severe threat to human lives and the environment. African countries are feeling the impact significantly, with temperatures soaring above 40 degrees Celsius in many regions. Let's have more details of that in this report.
The Wise Voter Institute has compiled data revealing the 10 hottest African countries in 2023, shedding light on the unique challenges they face due to extreme heat. Burkina Faso is facing a dire situation, with temperatures reaching 84.67 degrees Fahrenheit, threatening agriculture, the main livelihood. Mali is experiencing scorching temperatures of 84.58 degrees Fahrenheit, leading to severe health risks and an alarming rise in heat-related deaths. Senegal is grappling with scorching heat waves of 84.04 degrees Fahrenheit and has intensified efforts to combat climate change by investing in renewable energy sources, demonstrating the nation's commitment to sustainability. Mauritania faces year-round temperatures reaching 83.88 degrees Fahrenheit. Djibouti, known as one of the hottest countries in the world, is facing pressing issues of heat-related health risks and water scarcity, with temperatures reaching 83.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Guinea-Bissau experiences an average temperature of 82.49 degrees Fahrenheit, confronting challenges posed by increasing sea levels and coastal erosion. significantly affecting communities and agricultural areas. In Niger, temperatures regularly hit 82.49 degrees Fahrenheit, making it one of the hottest countries in Africa. Benin, with temperatures at 82.45 degrees Fahrenheit, faces critical heat stress and water scarcity issues, driving the country to promote water conservation and implement climate-smart agriculture practices to adapt to the rising temperatures. South Sudan is experiencing scorching temperatures at 82.35 degrees Fahrenheit, exacerbating existing challenges such as conflict and food insecurity. Finally, the Gambia encounters an average temperature of 83.05 degrees Fahrenheit, where deforestation and habitat degradation pose distinctive obstacles. The government is proactively engaged in reforestation initiatives and adopting sustainable land management practices to combat desertification and encourage biodiversity. The impact of these heat waves on societies, economies, and environments underscores the urgency for global climate action to protect vulnerable nations. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Gwenyuba.
The report by Lena E. Gwenyuba takes us to some sports news stories. Now, sports stakeholders in Farafenni in the North Bank region have elected an 8-man football committee at a congress held at the Farafenni Senior Secondary School on Saturday. Don Williams reports.
At a well-attended congress, Mamadou Diba, resident of Farafenni, has this to say.
I took my retirement 6 months ago, and coming from Farafenni, I thought it is important for me to use part of my time as a retired professional to come back to my community and find opportunities that I can seize to serve the town. And this is one of the reasons why I have joined this group to facilitate this particular process.
He, Mamadou Diba, further explains sports development.
For Farafenni, my focus is the entire sports sector. And football is part of the sports sector. I come in to focus on the sports sector because it is a sector that touches on all aspects of our lives. It is something that develops our young people, but it's also a process that impacts on the way our society functions. Beginning from the business sector that can thrive using sports, but also sports can develop with the support of the business sector.
Ousseynou Conte was elected as chairman unopposed. Mr. Conte said he hopes to bring about a positive change to football in Farafenni.
Yeah, as you all know, that Ousseynou Conte is not new to this committee. I was a captain member before, then later to second vice to run the technical area. With the interim body, and now being elected, because being in the committee then have learned many issues. I have seen many things and then landed from it, and that give me the courage that to come on board and then take up this responsibility and I want to bring changes in Farafenni.
Mr. Conte is eager to kickstart the Nawitan in earnest.
Right now, we are approaching the Nawitan and we are going into it, inshallah, with immediate effect. But our first target, inshallah, after the Nawitan is going to be the grassroots level. We're going to work on that very, very well because we believe football in Farafenni cannot change in the absence of the grassroots.
Ibrahim Assisi, the second vice president of North Bank Region Football Association, shared his views about the elected members.
I think looking at the executive that is elected into office today, it represented the will of the people of Farafenni. And then they are all youths, they are all football oriented, and then we believe they are willing to handle and put Farafenni football back to where it was. I am very much optimistic and believe the right people are given the position.
Don Williams, QTV News, Farafenni.
I'm afraid that's all we got time for. Do join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Weekend Review with Momodu Mbosh and Ade Drame. Until then, it's a bye from me and the rest of the team. Do have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.